Hi everybody, it's Kay. It is a rainy, stormy Friday night, last official weekend of the summer, and so I decided to bring you a summer wrap-up video. And to save us both some time, I'm just going to give you a little snippet of each of the books and what they're about. You can go online to Goodreads or your favorite book review website and get more details on any of these books if you so choose. Now, five of the books I'm going to mention, I already have done book review videos for, so I'm not going to repeat my thoughts on the book or the synopsis. I'm just going to list them. You can go to my playlist, the book review playlist, and check out the videos for these first five books, which are Caught by Harlan Coben, The Stranger by Harlan Coben, God Help the Child by Toni Morrison, Stand Your Ground by Victoria Christopher Murray, and Mama's Boy by ReShonda Tate Billingsley. I will suggest to you, though, before you read Stand Your Ground, brush up on the Stand Your Ground law, but also go buy a big old box of tissues. You're going to need them because that book is going to touch you right here. Very emotional, promise you. Very good book. Next, I have books that I read that were part of a series. So the first one is The 11th Commandment by Lutishia Lovely. It's part of her Hallelujah series. It's book number 8 in the series. And those books are written as standalone novels, so you don't have to start with number 1 and read your way up. You could just pick up, any book of the series and read it and enjoy it. Of course, it doesn't hurt to have background, but you can, like I said, just read each book on its own. And also, I want to say this: don't let the title fool you. The Hallelujah series, although the characters in the book do attend church, some of them, they're faith-based, they have a lot of flaws, and I don't think this would be categorized as typical Christian fiction. The people are Christians, they have faith, but honey, when you read these books, let me tell you, okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. They're very good books. I think you really enjoy them. Next, in the Shady Sisters trilogy, I read book number 2, The Perfect Deception. The first book was The Perfect Affair, and this one is The Perfect Deception. And in this particular book, Nate meets Jessica, and she just seems like she is all of that, but she may not have the best intentions. And so you have to read, in this particular case, you really do need to read book 1 and then read book 2. And the book 3 in this series is The Perfect Revenge, and I'm looking forward to picking that one up sometime soon. And finally, in the series category, we have Broken Promise by Linwood Barclay. I loved it. I just finished it a couple of days ago, and I love that book. I love thrillers and mysteries in Linwood Barclay. You've heard me say that before. And this book did not disappoint, and it left me hanging. Oh, which is what a good thriller should do, right? Especially if it's part of a series. So, the Promise Fall series is a new series. Broken Promise is the first book. And in Broken Promise, he pulls in some of the characters from some of his previous books. So, I'm looking forward to and hoping that he continues that through the Promise Falls series. 2 nonfiction books. I listened to on audio What I Know for Sure about Oprah Winfrey. Not going into detail on that, you pretty much know what to expect. Is a motivational book on what Oprah feels she has learned for sure over the years. And the other nonfiction is Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi. And this book is about a man who's written an open letter to his son to talk about the perils and plights of black men in America and the things that his son is going to have to, the things his son should expect and the typical things that he is going to endure as a black man. He's trying to give him some good coping mechanisms, if that's even possible, because I don't know. The more things change, the more they stay the same, because this book reminds me of Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Now, someone may disagree with me, but if you have read both of these books, let me know if you, as you were reading this, if you felt like it reminded you of Invisible Man, because it really did remind me. Okay, some standalone books that I read this summer. Love After War by Cheris Hodges. That was a romance. Thought it was a very good story. I really enjoyed it. Camilla's Roses by Bernice McFadden. I've always enjoyed her books. This one was about love and family and forgiveness and making amends before it's too late. Next, Using What You Got by Karen Quinones Miller. This one's about a young woman who she's smart, she's beautiful, she thinks she knows it all. And in the end, she learns that sometimes you have to lean on your family and depend on them because they can see more than you can in some cases what's best for you. Sometimes you have to learn a hard lesson, you know? And Bad Blood by Mary Monroe. Now, I don't know who made up this quote, but the best way to describe this book is to say, if you dig one ditch, you better dig two, because the trap you set just may be for you. And that is so true in this book. You can't plot against people and think you're going to come out on top. That's all I'm going to say on that one. But that was a good book. Check that one out. Two books for me fell flat. The first one was Poison by Sarah Pinborough. Now, she did an adult version of the Snow White and the Huntsman or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs story, but to me, if you're going to remake a classic story that pretty much everyone knows, you got to come with it. And to me, she just didn't do that. The story itself was written okay, but to me, it had so much more potential than what came out in the book. There are also other books in the series. One of them is Beauty. I checked that one out from the library too, but I never did get around to reading it. And I can't remember the other ones, but it just didn't work for me. And the second one was a big disappointment for me, Gray Mountain by John Grisham. I normally love all of his books. I didn't like this one. I didn't like the main character. She seemed so cold and distant. And the story itself, I just didn't like it. I just didn't. Okay, so that's my wrap up for the summer. I will tell you what I am working on now. I just bought on my Nook Never Saw It Coming by Linwood Barclay. I'm rereading Perfect Peace by Daniel Black for my book club. I love Perfect Peace. I recommended it. Several other people recommended it. So I'm glad we're finally getting around to reading it. I think we're going to have a great discussion on it. Also, I just picked this one up from the library today, and I'm so excited. Grand Opening by Carl Weber and Eric Peake, prequel to the Family Business series to show how L.C. Duncan got started. So I'm looking so forward to reading that. And also, my book club, another upcoming book is this one, The Black Rose by Ta-Nehisi, and it is about Madam C.J. Walker. So I know this is going to be a good book and a good discussion. Looking forward to it. That is my summer wrap-up video. Less than 10 minutes. I'm so happy. So I just want you to let me know if you read any of these books or if you plan to read any of the books. Let me know if you thought that Between the World and Me reminded you of Invisible Man in any way. Maybe I'm just the crazy one. I don't know. But I hope that you had a great summer. And also the A to Z reading challenge. I'm falling a little bit behind on the actual A to Z challenge. I read a lot of books outside of the challenge. So I hope that the end of the year when I do a wrap-up video, I can tell you that I completed that challenge. Okay? So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and I hope that you enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Until next time, everybody, keep reading.